Truly all praises to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We praise Him, we seek His help, and we ask for His forgiveness. And we seek refuge with Allah from the evil of ourselves and the evil of our actions. Whomsoever Allah has guided, none may misguide. And whomsoever Allah has allowed to be led astray, then none may guide. And I bear witness on this day that there is none worthy of worship except Allah alone. And I further bear witness that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam is the messenger of Allah. Amma ba'd. Alhamdulillah, today inshallah the topic is how to teach your child Arabic. As I was explaining to one of the brothers earlier on, that the lecture may well have been titled How to Teach Yourself Arabic, because the actual ideas are applicable both to adults as they are to children. And I wanted to share with you some of my experiences. I've been learning Arabic, and I'm still learning Arabic for many years, and I've also attempted to teach my children Arabic, and I've watched other brothers teach their children Arabic, both in the UK and overseas in various countries. So I wanted to share with the brothers and sisters here today some of my experiences, that maybe something you hear today will motivate you to try to teach your child Arabic, or even for you to learn Arabic yourself. So the idea of the talk today is to come from a practical angle. I don't want to mention the ayat in the Quran or the statements of the ulama about the importance of learning Arabic. I want to talk about how practically we can try to increase the number of people who can understand Arabic in Bradford here today. First thing I wanted to mention, that what is Arabic? That many a time somebody comes and says that I want to learn Arabic. My first question is to them, what do you mean by Arabic? Some people, when they say Arabic, what they actually mean is the Quran, that they want to learn how to read the Quran. So this is not what we're going to talk about today. Other people, when they mention the word Arabic, what they're actually referring to is tajweed. They want to learn how to beautify their recitation. Again, this is not the subject matter today. We should know that Arabic is a language like any other language. There is reading, there is writing, there is speaking, and there is listening. So the only connection that Arabic has to learning to read the Quran is that to learn Arabic, you need to know how to read the Arabic script. That's number one. And the connection Arabic has to tajweed is that when you speak Arabic, then the makharij, or the places where the letters they come from in the mouth, they have to be reasonably accurate. And the Arabic language is very sensitive to the makharij. The actual meaning it changes, and many of the makharij, the points at which the tongue it hits within the mouth, they're very close together. So it's important that our children, not only do they know tajweed, but also that they know Quran. They must learn how to read Quran and how to pronounce the letters properly. So this is the first thing, that when we say Arabic, what we mean is the Arabic language. The second thing is that which languages should our children learn? This is a good question. Which languages should they know? What's the most important language a child should know in Bradford? Okay, Arabic. Somebody says Arabic. English. English is the most important language which we should know, because we live here. We live here, we need the language, number one, for da'wah, number two, for communication, number three, for getting a job. So we as Muslims, we should occupy a good position within society, and we need to be able to speak English proficiently. So that's the most important thing, that we focus on English language within our community, such that we are able to command the respect of those around us. What's the second most important language for a child living in Bradford today? Okay, how about Polish? Okay, it's becoming quite important. Arabic. I would say that Arabic is the next most important. When our parents, they came over in the 60s, then the focus was on Bengali and Punjabi and Urdu. This was the focus. However, now 10 years down the line, we're looking more like the South African model. In South Africa, they've forgotten Punjabi and Urdu, these languages, and Gujarati, they've all been forgotten. What's their common language now? English. Everybody speaks English. Even the Darul Uloom syllabus, everything is in English. So we want to improve on that. We want to have, in addition to English, we want to have Arabic. And I'm coming on to why learn Arabic later on. That's not to say that other languages like Urdu, they're not important or useful. They are useful. Urdu is also one of the Islamic languages, that if you know it, if your child knows it, then it's an advantage. Every single language is an advantage. So never look down upon a language. That every language, it helps you gel with the people. Every language, it helps you understand the culture of a people. So the more languages, the better. In fact, some of the linguists, they have said that in the 21st century, the new illiteracy is knowing only one language. The people who only know one language, they are like the new illiterates of the 21st century. So it's very, very powerful. When you learn a language in your youth, it's something which is very, very powerful, and it's something called a polyglot. If you know more than one language, then you are a polyglot. Anyone a polyglot here? Okay, no. Okay, alhamdulillah, I'm a polyglot. So try to be polyglots. We should be proud to be polyglots, because the more languages you know, the more useful it is. In schools, our children, they learn French and Spanish and German, and maybe in later years they will learn Italian and Japanese and even Russian. However, these languages, with all respect, they're not as useful to us as Muslims in Bradford as is Arabic, correct? How many people do you know that can speak French? Not many. Not many people can speak French, even though they start French off at school at maybe the age of 7 or 8, but very, very few people attain a level of proficiency even after GCSE, and the actual practical application is very, very limited. However, when we think about Arabic or even Urdu or other such languages, the application, it's pretty much obvious. So we need to have a lot of focus on trying to help our children learn Arabic. Not only is it useful for learning your religion, but it's also useful in da'wah. I'll come on to this shortly, inshallah. We in schools should lobby for GCSE Arabic. For GCSE Arabic. One of the brothers I met just very close to here, he was a counsellor in his local school, and he said that he put a proposal to the school, and the school's 100% Pakistani, 100% Muslim, put a proposal to the school governors that why don't we introduce GCSE Arabic? So they said, let's put it to the vote. Let's put it to the vote. Let's ask the parents to vote whether we should add GCSE Arabic to the syllabus. So the parents, they were given the choice. Did the parents accept GCSE Arabic? No, they vetoed GCSE Arabic. They said, no, our children, they need to learn GCSE French. So people, they've lost the plot a little bit. We should try to focus on GCSE Arabic. Alhamdulillah, I did my GCSE Arabic when I was about 24 years old. And just for the record, I got an A star. But anyway. Okay, so GCSE Arabic, it sounds easy, but it's not that easy. If you've not studied Arabic before, you will struggle. However, if you've studied, then it's a piece of cake, inshallah. Why learn Arabic? Why learn Arabic? What's the reason why we are learning Arabic? It's the best language. Okay, that's anyone can say that. Somebody may say Urdu is the best language.
It's the language of Islam.
It's the language of Islam. This is very, very powerful reason. It's the language of Islam. Inna anzalnahu Qur'anan Arabiyan, that we have revealed an Arabic Qur'an. It suffice just that the Qur'an was revealed in Arabic, that we should know Arabic. Allah has sent to us a message, and the message is in Arabic. We should want to learn the message in its original form as a primary source without the intermediary of any translation. So this is sufficient, never mind the Sunnah or any other reasons. So this is sufficient. Also, we should know that the first word you ever heard was probably an Arabic word. What's the first word you ever heard? Or maybe you should have heard? The adhan. The first word you heard was probably Allahu Akbar from the adhan. So this was in Arabic. And inshallah, your last words, inshallah, we hope, will be in which language? In Arabic, which is La ilaha illallah. There is none worthy of worship except Allah. So this should be obvious to us, that not only does it help us understand the Qur'an, understand many of the dua. Many of the dua we learn when we enter the home, when we leave the home, when we go to the masjid. Many of these dua, they've become empty phrases because we don't understand what we're saying. So these are other reasons why learning Arabic is important. From a parental point of view, it's a great sadaqah jariyah. Sadaqah jariyah means an ongoing charity. If you are the reason for your child learning Arabic, then inshallah, once you are dead, and we'll all die one day, then your child will carry on understanding, and you've probably put that seed in the mind of your child, and even your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren. Inshallah, they will also speak Arabic and know Arabic and be closer to the Qur'an. So we need to really focus on Arabic, and your child should know why they are learning Arabic. Many a child, when they're learning Arabic, they don't even know why they're learning Arabic. So it's very, very important the child understands the reason they're learning Arabic. Then we come to the issue of the intention, and the intention is very, very important. We should see our pursuit of the Arabic language as a form of worship. That if the Qur'an had been revealed in Chinese, we probably would have gone to Beijing. Or if the Quran had been revealed in Portuguese, we would have gone to Rio de Janeiro. We would have gone to anywhere in the world, but because the Quran was revealed in Arabic, we try to learn Arabic. So this is a form of worship. We should not make Arabic a trophy of the dunya. You know what I mean by this? A trophy of the dunya. That many things we teach our children, they've just become trophies for showing off. That my son, he has 8 A stars. So it's just something. My son has memorized this much Quran. These things, they become trophies of the dunya for parents to compete in the school playground. My son knows Arabic. My daughter knows Arabic. No doubt we should be proud of the achievements of our children, and it's something we should be proud of. If your child knows Arabic, knows Quran, is good at school, these are things we should be proud of. However, it's very, very important that we guard our intention. Our intention is not to compete with the next door neighbor. Our intention is to benefit our child in this dunya and in the akhirah. And one of the greatest reasons for your child succeeding, whether it be in Quran or in Arabic language or anything else, is the intention. That if the intention is pure, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He sees the intention in the bottom of your heart, and He makes it easy for you to achieve these things. It's very, very important that we review our intentions. That why do we want to teach our child Arabic? Is it only for keeping up with the Joneses, or is it for something deeper than this? So try to focus on intention. The next thing I wanted to mention is that there are different types of Arabic. There are 2 types of Arabic. Anyone know what the 2 types of Arabic are? Okay, Ammiya and Fusha. Ammiya means colloquial Arabic, which is the stuff you hear in the street. Many people, they're unaware of this. So the stuff you hear in the street, this is called street Arabic or Ammiya Arabic. And then you have the Quran, and this was revealed in Lugha al-Fusha, meaning the classical Arabic. So which Arabic are we after? The Fusha. We're after the Fusha, and we should try to avoid the Ammiya. The Ammiya is really of very little application to us. When I was in Egypt, they used to have special courses in Ammiya, and the only people who used to take the Ammiya courses were the Christian missionaries and people who worked for the intelligence services. Why? Why did they take an interest in Ammiya? They can speak to the people. They want to know what the people they're saying. So for us as Muslims, the only real language or the type of Arabic we should focus on is the classical Arabic. Not only should we focus on classical Arabic, but we should focus on classical Arabic which is spoken with the correct grammar. Lugha al-Arabiyya al-Fusha al-Mu'raba, with the correct i'rab. So it's very, very important that when you look for a teacher of Arabic language for your child, then you make sure, number one, that he's giving you or she's giving you the real McCoy, that she's not selling you some street version. This is no good. Secondly, even if they speak classical Arabic, then it's very, very important to make sure that the teacher pays attention to the Arabic grammar. The teacher implements the rules correctly. And again, all of this requires training, and most educated Arabs, they can do it. But it's very, very important to make a point that this is what I am looking for. I don't want any colloquial Arabic, and I want the Arabic to be grammatically correct. So this is very, very important to understand the distinction between colloquial Arabic and classical Arabic. The problem with Arabic is that nobody speaks classical Arabic. You know this? I mean, not that nobody can speak, they can speak classical Arabic. However, it is never used apart from in 2 applications. Classical Arabic is only spoken twice. When is classical Arabic spoken? Anyone know? If you go to the Arabic world, they only speak classical Arabic on 2 occasions.
In the media.
In the media, very good. The news is always in classical Arabic. In the media, this is in classical Arabic. Where else are you likely to hear classical Arabic? The prayer, this is the Quran. This is the Quran. So okay, in the khutbah and in lessons of knowledge, in durus. So in durus and khutab, the imams generally speaking, they try to be eloquent, so they use classical Arabic. And also in the media, they use classical Arabic. However, outside this, nobody speaks classical Arabic. It's very, very rare ever to hear anybody speak classical Arabic, which is a problem. Because if you want to learn English, then give or take, you can learn English just by listening to the people in the street. Here people speak slang. However, the spoken word and the written word, they're very, very similar, correct? Now many people, they learnt English not through books, just by listening. However, the problem with classical Arabic is, by listening, you will never be able to master classical Arabic. It requires proper study. It requires lots of time looking and studying rules of grammar and memorizing words. So the shock you get is when you go to Egypt and then you spend so many years studying classical Arabic, then you go into the local grocers to ask for something, and you can't understand what they're saying. So it's quite a shock having studied Arabic for so many years, and you can't even understand what the guy is saying. So it does come as a culture shock, but as our teachers told us in Egypt, that always insist on classical Arabic, that always force the speaker to match you in classical Arabic. However, it's easier said than done. So in no country do they actually speak classical Arabic. I don't want to get into the argument about which country is closest to classical Arabic, because every Arab will claim that their lahja or their dialect is closest. However, from my experience, anyone know which country, or anyone know which?
Egypt.
Saudi, this is the standard reply. This is like standard reply. Free Umrah for you. Any other countries? In Egypt, that's definitely the wrong answer. In fact, no, that was a very bad guess.
Iraq.
Okay, Iraq. There's countries called Sham. Sham, which countries? There's Jordan, Palestine, Syria, maybe Lebanon. These countries, from my experience of mixing with Arabs, these countries, I found the people, the Arabic was the cleanest, if I can use such a word. I found them to speak the cleanest Arabic. Obviously, any educated Arab in any Arabic country, they can speak Fusha. This is not a problem. They can. However, I found that the brothers who in Saudi as well, but I personally benefited more from the brothers from Palestine and Iraq and these kind of countries. I found I liked the way they spoke classical Arabic. Allah knows best, and somebody will no doubt criticize me for having said that. Then we come to the question that when somebody says to me, I want to learn Arabic, first thing I ask them is, what do you mean by Arabic? So once they explain to me that they want a language, my next question is that what do you want the Arabic for? Because people, they want different things. Some people are looking for holiday Arabic. That when they go on Umrah, they want to be able to ask the guy in the shop, Kam hadha, or ma hadha. They want to be able to ask the guy in the shop something. This is holiday Arabic. And that's what they want. So the advice I would give them is in accordance with what their desire is. If for your child, if you want holiday Arabic, then it won't be very difficult. You can probably learn some holiday Arabic in a few lessons. That's not a problem. The second type of Arabic many people want is they want to be able to converse with Arabs. They want to hold a simple conversation with an Arab. Well, number one, in the UK, that's pretty much a useless ambition, because most Arabs, they can speak English, so what's the point in speaking Arabic with them? So if you want to have a conversation, just have it in English. So this is another type of student that wants a simple conversational Arabic. A third type of students wants the modern standard Arabic. They want to be able to read a newspaper. They want to be able to understand a political discussion on Al Jazeera, for example. So this kind of student, he requires a different approach. Then we have the student who is looking for classical Arabic with view to understanding the Quran and the Sunnah. So this requires a different approach as well. So it's very, very important to understand what somebody wants. The approach that is required for classical Arabic to understand the Quran and the Sunnah is that it requires a lot of study. So you have to be clear that this will require many years of dedication and study. This is not something that can be done in minutes. And with regards to teaching your child classical Arabic, then it requires a long-term approach. This is not something that can be done in 1 year or even in 2 years. This is something which requires a serious plan of 5 years or even 10 years. If a child started learning by the age of 5, then I would say by the age of 15 they will reach a good strong level in Arabic, inshaAllah. And also it has a lot to do with the aptitude of the child. And many children, they will not want to learn classical Arabic because the classical Arabic requires a lot of study of rules of grammar. So it will require a lot of study. Not every child is cut out for studying grammar in detail. Even many brothers, they found quite a shock when they started studying Arabic grammar. They found it quite difficult. So the point I'm making is that the classical Arabic route sometimes is not always the route for everybody. However, it's something which is ideal and we should try to aim for it. The next point I wanted to mention is that every language comprises of 4 skills, as I've mentioned earlier. What are the 4 skills in every language? Reading, writing, speaking and listening. Which is the most important skill for a child in Bradford learning Arabic? Speaking, no.
Listening.
Even listening, well, what are you going to listen to? Yeah, maybe listening, but I would say there's one even more important than that. Reading. Reading with comprehension is the most important skill, without any doubt. If somebody wants to be a student of knowledge, then the main area where you will learn from is reading books. This is a fact, and the nature of learning has changed now. Before, in the olden days, people would sit at the feet of the scholars. Now everything is on media. If you go on YouTube, all the lessons of the scholars, they are there. So listening is important as well. However, most of the learning is consolidated through reading. So reading is very, very important. Reading with comprehension, actually understanding what you read. And then after that, listening, and after that, perhaps speaking, and finally writing, because it's unlikely that people they will do a lot of writing. However, we find that many students, where is their focus? Many parents, when they want their children to learn Arabic, what's their focus? What's the benchmark? How do they measure whether the child has succeeded in Arabic or not? Speaking. Everyone's after speaking. However, the Arabic teachers who I studied with, they told me that students, they become very disillusioned after a while, because after 1 year in Egypt they find that they haven't achieved a sufficient level in speaking Arabic. And the reason is that it's the most difficult of the four skills to develop, and it takes the longest time. Speaking comes at the end, once you've done extensive reading. Once you've studied a lot, then speaking, it will come at the end. So the speaking is not the be all and end all, and we should not have this kind of attitude that if the child cannot speak, the child does not understand Arabic. Rather, we should carry on trying with the child regardless of whether they are speaking or not. The first and most important stop is comprehension, that the child should understand. And the understanding, it comes first, and the speaking, it comes last. Also to mention that a mistaken approach in teaching children Arabic is to jump into the grammar. Now, anyone who jumps straight into the grammar, then this will demotivate the child, because the grammar is quite complex. It's like algebra. Trying teaching a child algebra, a child of 5 years old algebra. The child, it will struggle. The child needs to start learning 1 + 1 = 2 before you move into algebra. So it's better that a detailed study of Arabic grammar is delayed even to the age of 10, 11, 12, because the child needs to sit down and needs to focus on mubtada and khabar and fa'il and maf'ulun bihi and all of these things. They take time to settle in the mind, and they take a lot of drills. How to help your child learn Arabic? The first thing in Bradford we should know is that many of the people who wish or aspire for their children to know Arabic, they don't know Arabic themselves. So the best way of helping your child learn Arabic is to learn simultaneously with them. Just like if you're teaching your child maths, there's no shame in relearning maths. Many of us, we forgot how to do simultaneous equations. You remember that? Okay, scary. Simultaneous equations, I can't remember them myself. But what I do know is that if I opened a maths book, I could teach myself very, very quickly again. So we should try to learn simultaneously with the child. So as the child is learning, you are learning as well. So it's killing two birds with one stone. And you will encourage the child more, and you can practice with the child, because the child can only be in the classroom for so many hours a week. That even if the child attended a class, the class may be for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours max every week, to balance with schoolwork and Quran and Tajweed. So we need to find other creative ways for the child to maximize his opportunity to hear Arabic and opportunity to practice Arabic. One of the main ways of learning Arabic is to focus on vocabulary. Learning Arabic is like a jigsaw. The first thing you need to do is to find all the pieces in the jigsaw. And the glue which holds the jigsaw together is called the grammar. So before you begin with the grammar, you must start by assembling all the pieces of the jigsaw. So it's very, very important that we start with vocabulary. You can start with simple vocabulary drills. I did this with my children many, many years ago. And you start off with alif for arnab. You know arnab? Arnab means rabbit, ba, bortuqal. So you start off like this. So an ocean is made of drops. You need to start simple, A, B, C, and slowly you build up. But the foundation of any language, whether it's Arabic or any other language, is words. You need to start by accumulating a significant number of words and a significant number of verbs. And I'm sure there are books which have analyzed the Quran and come up with the most common words in the Quran. And even in the Arabic language, there are some words which are essential. The mistake that many people they make is that they start to jump into the Indian subcontinent route to Arabic. Anyone know what route this is? What's the Indian subcontinent route to Arabic? No, the Urdu. Some people they try to teach Arabic through Urdu, which is a mistake. I'm coming to this, but there's a method they use. The method they use is they start memorizing drills. Fa'ala, fa'alat, fa'altu, fa'alta, fa'alti. You seen this before? Okay, this is a wrong approach to learning Arabic. People they say, mashallah, you become very strong in Arabic. It may well be the case, but not many of them they speak Arabic at the end of it. So it's very important to view learning a language as a package. There are many brothers they say, mashallah, this brother he's very strong in Arabic. He's very good in grammar. Or he's very good in sarf. However, this really is a nonsensical way of approaching a language. A language is a package. You need to learn how to listen, how to speak, how to write, how to read. You must learn all facets of the language to be strong in any language. So many of the brothers they say that the brother he learnt in Darul Uloom, and no disrespect to Darul Uloom, I have every respect for Darul Uloom. However, the way they learn Arabic means that they stunt their Arabic. You should try to learn Arabic as a language, meaning that you learn it in an enjoyable way. You start learning the vocabulary first, and then you deal with the grammar later on. You don't jump straight into the sarf straight away. Again, some they may wish to differ with me. However, from my experience, this is the best way to learn, is by focusing on vocabulary first and going through these drills every single day. Every single day. I remember with my daughter when she was 3 years old, I used to have a poster on the wall which had alif, ba, ta. Every single night at 3 years old, we would go from alif to ya. And we had another poster of opposites. So you have cold, hot, fat, slim, tall, short. Go through these words. And this was the foundation. This was the foundation in memorizing these words. And we must have gone through those words hundreds of times. No word of lie. Hundreds of times until she knew every single word. And she was only about 3 years old at the time. So it's very important to have a strong foundation of a few hundred words. And from those words you must have some verbs. And then slowly you can start learning conjugation of verbs and how to string together sentences. Other lists which are very important are things like numbers. Children, they can learn to count 1 to 10 very easily. If you just make it into a song, then a child can learn how to count 1 to 10 very easily. Similarly, days of the week, similarly colours. So these are the kind of things which you should focus on in the beginning. Most important thing is consistency, to do it regularly instead of going on these crash courses or intensive approach. Rather, it should be every day, even for 10 minutes every day. Inshallah, bi'idhnillah, you will see results. And it's very important not to be stressed about it. Be relaxed. Inshallah, as long as your intention is good, as long as your child understands why he or she is learning Arabic, then inshallah eventually they will get there. Another important point is to avoid excessive translation. That better than translation is that when you look, if you want to teach a child what this is, instead of saying this is a bottle, and bottle in Arabic is zujaja. So instead of saying bottle, zujaja, it's more powerful if you point to this and say zujaja. So it's very important. Try to establish Arabic in Arabic. If you're always translating, then you'll never reach full strength. This is why if anybody has been to Egypt, then you find that in any Arabic institute, in the first level, they usually have 11 or 12 levels, in the first level they use English because usually the student doesn't know anything. So they have to use some English. But after level 2, they don't use any more English. And this is the best approach. Even we found many of the brothers and sisters, they went to study Arabic in places like SOAS and Leeds University and other places. And they never reached that full strength. No doubt many they did eventually. However, they should have been stronger when you consider somebody studies full-time Arabic for 3 or 4 years. And one of the reasons was because they were taught Arabic in the English medium. All the terms for the grammar. There was over focus on the use of English in teaching. Arabic. Similarly, as I said, in the Indian subcontinent, the root may be excessive use of Urdu. Similarly, when I went to Egypt, I found some brothers learning Arabic via Russian. I saw them learning Arabic via Russian. So the best way of learning Arabic is Arabic through Arabic. And eventually you will understand. This is the way we learned Arabic. We didn't learn Arabic by translating words. Rather, we only went to the dictionary where it was absolutely essential, where there was no other way of explaining what the word meant. Then we went to the dictionary. Otherwise, you try to improvise and you try to point to pictures and words and actions, and this ultimately will lead to a higher level of Arabic. Other ways of focusing on Arabic with children is to use games, fooling around and playing around. The child will understand and be much more motivated. Plus, many games and many singing of nasheeds, they involve a lot of repetition. If you sing a song in Arabic to a child, I'm telling you, the child, he will memorize the song or the nasheed. Okay, I can't use the word song. The nasheed very, very quickly. So these are all techniques to motivate the child. Also, you should try to collect material, try to collect books. When you go on Umrah or Hajj, then look for books which have been written for young children. You have books with pictures and words. These are the kind of books you should try to collect, and similarly, I'm sure you can buy them in the UK now. Also, you should try to maximize your child's exposure to listening and hearing Arabic. And one of the ways is watching TV. Nowadays we have satellite TV, and there are some very, very good Arabic channels like Bara'im. You know Bara'im? Bara'im is very good. Bara'im means sprouts. It's a very, very good program. And many of the cartoons they have, they're actually English cartoons which have been dubbed with Arabic. They also used to have Al Jazeera Lil Atfal, the Al Jazeera for children, which was excellent as well, and it had many, many Islamic programs. I think they no longer have it. Now they call it Channel Jeem. However, many of these channels, they are useful. The language is very, very fast. However, over a period of time, I'm sure the child, every time he watches, he will pick up 3 or 4 words. So over a period of a year, maybe the child will amass an additional 100 or 200 words, inshaAllah. Another way of motivating a child to learn Arabic is to show the child a practical application of Arabic. Like, for example, going on holiday to an Arabic country is very, very useful. I mentioned before that in Arab countries they don't speak Lugha al-Fusha. However, everybody understands it, and everybody, if they try, they can speak it. So it's very, very important that we give our children opportunity to practice their Arabic. The advantage we have in Bradford is that we have quite a large Arab population. We now have Doha, mashallah, and the Arab population is bigger now than it has ever been. Because there is a masjid, a fully functioning masjid, more and more Arabs, they're being drawn to Bradford. So alhamdulillah, this is good news for us. As non-Arabs, finding a teacher is easier. And also, if you find an Arab who is sympathetic to your child learning Arabic, I'm sure they'll give you a few minutes of their week to practice some Arabic. So it's very, very important we build the confidence of the child that they can speak. I forgot to mention as well, one of the important things in addition to teaching vocabulary is teaching phrases. Phrases is one of the easiest ways of sounding authentic in any language, because it's very, very difficult to compose a perfect sentence sometimes. However, if you memorize a phrase, you can use it a lot faster. So we need to teach our children, in addition to vocabulary, we need to focus on common phrases like, how about kayfa haluk for a start? How are you? We need to teach every child to be able to respond to this question. Now, how about min ayna ant? This is the most common question you'll ever be asked in the Arab world. That where are you from? So a child should be able to respond to very, very simple questions, and it will do a lot for the confidence of the child. Many people, they ask the question that which is the best book to teach a child, and many people, they mentioned the Medina series or Al-Bayna Yadayk or Kitab al-Asasi. My answer to that is that all of these books, they are far too advanced for a child. And most children 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, they will not respond well to these books. These books have been written for students of the ages of 16, 17, 18. A child needs children's books. There's no point in trying with the Medina books. The Medina books, they don't have enough pictures in them. You need to find a book which has many, many pictures. This will help the child motivate themselves. So look for children's books in Arabic. Many people ask which country is the best country to go to learn Arabic. Okay, this is a test. Which is the best country to go to? Okay, Egypt. Not anymore. It used to be the best country.
The one which is cheap.
The one which is cheap. In fact, Egypt is the best country, not because they speak Fusha in the street. It's the best country for Arabic language because the infrastructure is very, very developed. There are many, many institutes. There are many, many experienced teachers. So this is very, very important, and they know what you're looking for, and also the cost of living is relatively cheap. Unfortunately, due to the political problems in Egypt, it's not a good option. However, from my experience, I've been to other countries like Morocco and Jordan, and there's no comparison between the infrastructure in Egypt and that in other countries. And also countries like Jordan, they're much more expensive than Egypt. So Egypt is still number one for non-Arabic speakers to learn Arabic. However, from a practical point of view, it's not practical for everybody to take their children to Egypt. This is an ideal immersion learning. This is the best way. However, you can still learn a language sitting here in Bradford. I've met two brothers who are able to speak Arabic better than I can. I'm not saying I'm an expert. And they learn Arabic sitting in the UK. So it really is a case of mind over matter. If you're highly motivated, you can learn in the UK, but you need to do it in a very, very strategic way. You need to think about how it can be achieved. So it will depend to a large extent on personal circumstance. Lately there has been a renaissance. Pre-2000, the only brothers who could speak Arabic pre-2000 were whom? Non-Arabs. I'm talking about non-Arabs. The only brothers pre-2000 who you ever met who could speak Arabic were whom? Du'at who have studied where? Medina. Yeah, only the brothers who have been to the Islamic University in Medina. They were the only ones you ever met who could speak Arabic. However, things have changed now. And there's some registration forms there. Things have now changed because of the infrastructure in Egypt. We now find that a very large number of brothers, mashallah, they are fluent in Arabic. And it doesn't matter where you learn Arabic. The Arabic in Saudi Arabia is no more holy than the Arabic in Egypt. People feel that you need to have the Saudi stamp on everything. You don't need to. You can learn Arabic even in Bradford. You just need a good teacher and you need a lot of motivation. So you need to have these things. Finally, I think I've spoken probably for long enough. Finally, the thing I wanted to mention was that avoid people who radiate limiting beliefs. What do I mean by a limiting belief? Yeah, sometimes, as I started learning Arabic, many people, they tried to put me off. Okay, unfortunately, I don't like to say this, but many of them, they were Arabs. So people may come and say that your pronunciation isn't quite good enough. And even now today, to be honest, we can't sound like Arabs. So don't let them demotivate you. That yes, your pronunciation may not be like an Arab, but as long as it's reasonable, then there's no need to stop. So don't let anybody demotivate you. Try to find an Arab who is encouraging, who tells you you can do it. Many Arabs, they told me, you can't do it because you're not an Arab. So we need to set aside these people who demotivate us, who impose their limiting beliefs on us. Rather, you need to find people who have a coach mentality, who tell you that you can do it. Half of it is mind over matter. You need to believe you can do it, and inshallah, you can do it. Also, do not plant the seeds of limiting beliefs within your children. Never tell your child you cannot do it. Rather, tell your child you can do it. I started learning Arabic when I was about 21 years old. 21 years old. Okay, I'm not far off that now, but anyway, it wasn't many years ago. It doesn't feel like many years ago. I knew no Arabic. I'll tell you a story that I used to study in London, and when I was about 19 years old, I was on the underground with a friend, and we saw an incident between some Arab brothers and the underground staff. So there was almost a fight between some of the Arab brothers and underground staff. So all the Arabs, they came running. They came running to find out what was going on. So the brothers, they were trying to calm this Arab brother down. So everybody was shouting, Ya akhi, Ya akhi, Ya akhi, meaning that, don't do it. Don't get involved with this employee of the underground network. So I turned round to my friend when I heard everyone saying, Ya akhi. I turned around to my friend and said, how does everyone know his name? So my friend said, "You idiot. Akhi means brother." So that was my first Arabic lesson on the underground system at the age of about 19. I found out that the word akhi, it means my brother. So everyone has a beginning. Don't let anybody place a limiting belief on you. Inshallah, you can do it and you will do it. Many people, they say that learning Arabic is the most difficult. Arabic is the most difficult language in the world. You heard this before? They say Arabic is the most difficult language in the world because of the complex grammar, the makharij of the Arabic pronunciation. It's very, very complex. However, I will say to you what one brother said to me when I was about 18. I met one Arab brother and he encouraged me. And he said to me, yes, Arabic is difficult. However, for you it's very, very easy. Because you want to learn it because you are a Muslim. Because you are a Muslim, Arabic is very, very easy for you. And I always remember those words, that because we are Muslims, Arabic is easy. It's second nature to us. We start learning La ilaha illallah at a very, very early age. So we can do it. The bad news is that there's no crash course. If anybody sells you an intensive course, then all they're trying to do is line their own pockets with money. Just like any get rich quick schemes. Most of them are scams. In fact, all of them, they are scams. Similarly, learn Arabic in 6 weeks or 12 weeks or 3 months. All of them, they're scams because it cannot be done. You can never learn a language in that period of time. Rather, it takes years of dedication and effort, and you need to have a long-term vision. See the oak tree in the acorn, as they say. Other final closing points I wanted to make is that you don't need to become an Arab. We're not trying to become an Arab, we're trying to learn enough Arabic which helps us benefit from the Quran and the Sunnah. Next time you stand in Taraweeh and marvel at the voice of the Imam, it doesn't matter who you're living to, who you're listening to, if you don't understand it, it makes no difference how great his voice is. So we're not trying to be Arabs, we're just trying to learn enough Arabic to help us understand the Quran and the Sunnah. And you can start understanding as soon as you start learning Arabic. You don't need to wait till you have a PhD in Arabic to start understanding the Quran. You can start by understanding words, and then step by step you build up. And we should know that knowledge, it goes on. There's nothing such as I've mastered Arabic. Nobody has mastered anything. فَوْقَ كُلِّ ذِي عِلْمٍ عَلِيمٍ. That above everyone who has knowledge, there is someone who is more knowledgeable until the knowledge ends with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So never feel arrogant that you have made it and look down upon other people. Rather, they say that once you have reached the peak and you believe you have reached the peak, at that moment you have started your descent. You've started coming down. So never feel as though you're at the top, because at the moment you feel you're at the top, you started heading towards the bottom. Finally, I wanted to say that they say, what do they say in English? No pain, no? No, but in Arabic what do we say? We say no pain, no ghain. Okay, so this is the motto. If you understood nothing in the lecture, when you felt the lecture was a waste of time, then remember the magic words, no pain, no ghain. And ghain is one of the hard Arabic letters. It's one of the guttural letters. So no pain, no ghain. So without the pain, you will never reach the language of the ghain, also known as the language of the dad, but we call it the language of the ghain. So you need to go through some pain. Finally, I wanted to talk about a program at Islam Bradford, mashallah, which is a program which is a really good program. This is a program the sisters, they run and have run for many, many years in Bradford, called Little Companions. And basically, it's like a Saturday school where they focus on Arabic language and on Islamic studies. And mashallah, a lot of planning goes into the school, and there are some prospectuses here for anybody who wants to know more about the schools. And one of the main focuses they have is in teaching Arabic. And they use a series of books called Educating Muslim Series, and they split the children into different classes, in 5 different classes. And mashallah, it's a humble effort towards learning Arabic. So at the end of this lecture, go and do something positive. Either enroll your child on a class like here on Saturday mornings, or elsewhere if you find something more suitable, and do something positive. The most important thing is that you take action. Just by dreaming about your child learning Arabic will be no good. You need to take action, and inshallah the first step you take is the most difficult step, and thereafter inshallah it's easy. So inshallah, I think I have said more than enough. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam ala nabiyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam.